Hello, welcome back for another new tutorial. So today in this lesson, we will be looking into how to use this character named Walker to create a walk cycle on him. So imagine a character without the arm, so it could be more fun than it. So first of all, I need you guys to look into this website. Okay, you go to Google and this is where you can get your rig. So go to Google and type Ultimate Walker Rig, and then you just have to click the first link. So it says like Ultimate Rigs for free on Behance. And while it is loading up, you could go to here and search for walk cycle, and this is the same picture that we're gonna use it, okay, again for this tutorial. So you can see we'll still be using 25 frames, and we have the contact and the contact and the contact in the middle, which is frame 13, and then we have the down and the ups as well. Just the thing that it's without the arms. Okay. So here we are. We have the ultimate rigs. So this ultimate rigs is being very useful for anyone like who want to try it out, to learn about animation. So there are these free rigs that you can use. Okay, there's this beefy guy, which is the bulky guy, and then there's this pectoplasma, and there's this bony, the skinny girl, I'll say. Okay, and then cute guy, and then ultimate walker, and then ultimate tail. Okay, you can even turn him into a fox, a bear. Okay, and there's ultimate handy for you to practice on animating the hands with IK and FK and stuff like that. Right, there's tons of stuff that free rigs that you can play around with it. But today, yeah, we will be looking into this ultimate walker. So firstly, I'm just gonna be opening up this picture in a bigger view. All right, so the first, it has to look like this. So we have to bring the body down a bit, and so that we open the legs wide like this, and one facing up, and then one is standing with the toe. Okay, the ball joint. This is the ball joint. All right, let's get back into here, Maya. So before we look into that posing part, I'll just like to give you guys a quick overview of how to control this. So firstly, you can click this button. So this is move tool, and you can select the middle one, and you can drag around. Okay, so this is the control where you can move the body anywhere. Okay, all right. And because of the rig, the foot well stays on the ground, like so. So if you kind of select these two diamond shapes and move him here, okay, and you move the body, the foot well stays. Okay, no matter how, like it will follow this diamond. And if you're selecting this big triangle, you can move the whole body anywhere you like. And let's drop him down a little bit. So you see there are these two extra controls right in front of the knees. Okay, those are for the use of controlling the knees directions. Okay, we call this a pole vector control for knees. Okay, so we Ctrl Z and put it back to where it was. And by looking into this, okay, this is the IK-FK blend. So whether you want to use the leg as an IK or you want to use the leg as an FK. So what does this IK and FK means? So IK means inverse kinematics. FK means forward kinematics. Okay, so forward meaning using the parent to control the children. So from the structure of this is the parent. Obviously, because once we rotate this, the rest of the parts is being rotated. It follows the parent's directions. And about IK, so IK means inverse kinematics. So whereby we select the children and we control the parent's rotation. Okay, so we move where the children wants to go, and the rotations will automatically be calculated across the knees and this. Okay, the thigh. All right. All right, back to here. Okay, let's look into the other controls for the foot. So of course you have like move, rotate, without the scale, of course. You have a foot roll. So what is foot roll? So foot roll does this. Okay, And foot brake does this. All right. But with the combination of these two, it gives you this. Okay. So this will be quite useful. And there are quite a lot of times we need to control using these two. So for example, if I go back to this picture, you can see that we're standing on the ball joint, and that is the time we need to use those two controls. Okay, same as number 10, same as number 22, and same as number 25. All right. And other than that, we have a foot row. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I click to select the text and I hold my middle mouse key and rotate just like this. Click on the leg twist. Okay, this is what they do. Kind of like replace these controls. Okay, let's back to here. Heel row. Okay, it's like you're stepping on a cockroach and you want to kill it. So that's what you do. Or you're stepping on a dog shit, like you want to get shake it off. Okay, so that's what you do. All right, shake it off. Okay, you have a ball twist. Okay, ball means this. Okay, it doesn't mean something else. So that's what we call ball joint. We have a toe twist. Okay, it's like a dancing move. All right. And here's the one of the most like anticipated stuff for this character, which is the squash and the stretch. Okay, so we have a squash and stretch controls that allows us to make this character looks even more lively whenever we animate. Okay, so now let's get this back to where it's supposed to be, 0. Let's put this back to 0 first, and now we're gonna do our first pose. Okay, and before that, again, there's always a before that. Okay, we have to set the frame from 1 to 25. So let's follow that. So 1. You can type in 1 here, and then you can go to here and type in 25, tap 25. Okay. All right. Just quick to check whether the recording is still on. Yes. All right, go. Okay. So let's drop it down a little bit, and let's move this in front. And let's move this back. Okay, so if you were to follow this, all right, the back leg, which is the left leg, we should use this too to control. So, which is about like, let's say we set it for 25. Okay, let's put it further away. As for this, okay, we need a foot row for about, like say -20. So I think how about like we just put 20 and 20 for front and back. So I think it should be easier. Okay, select these two, plus this, and go to frame number 1. All right, come on. Frame number 1, and press S to set a key. And then since the first frame and the last frame is the same because it's a walk cycle, so we have to move to frame number 25 and press S to set a key as well. And after that, let's look into this. So this is frame number 13. It's the direct opposite. So you can see that the black leg is moving front, the white leg is moving back. So let's do this. We have to move it front. Okay, kind of there. So if you want to align, you can hold spacebar, left click on Maya, and choose this left view or right view. I prefer. All right, so it's about the same. Okay, so that's fine. And let's put our foot brake down to 0 and put our foot row to -20. So -20, it's the value that we want to put. And for this one, we're just gonna push it back. Sorry, I'm making a mistake. All right, you should move to 30. Okay, let's do it once more. Sorry for that. Okay, foot brake to 0, foot row to -20. All right, and select this leg and move it back. So it should be at +20, 20. All right, and it should be further away. And sometimes we don't have to really follow what's the actual number, but look at how the leg poses. So we should move until it has a little bit of, you know, curve in it and not completely straight like that. Okay, because it will give you the popping problems whenever he walks or it walks. Okay, it's not a he or not a she, no. All right, yeah, just put it there. Okay, and for this, because if you look at the picture, it's the same. All right, it's the same, just right below the line. We can just click S to set a key for that. Okay, so again, here we have the sliding legs, like this character is walking on an ice. So the next important thing that we have to work on, it's the pass pose. Okay, passing pose, the pass pose. So in this pass pose, one of the leg has to be straightened. Okay, the other leg is trying to cross over, so hence it forms a number 4. You can see there's a number 4 right here, the pattern of number 4. Okay, so let's see number 7. So this thing has to goes up, and the leg that's coming from the front, this has to be 0. Because obviously it has to be straight. All right, and then as for the other leg, we'll have to move it up, have to put the foot brake to 0, and have to use rotate to do it. Okay, there's no ankle. Okay, but in actual cases we're supposed to use the ankle to rotate, but it seems like we do not have any ankle rotations. Okay, no ankle, so that's fine. We'll just use a rotate, which is being placed on the wrong point. Okay, I'll say that this rig isn't perfect, you know, like, because whenever the leg gets off the ground, it should be using the ankle to rotate, but not the heel, because if you're using the heel to rotate, it feels like you're stepping on a stone or something, like something invisible. That's why you can rotate with the heel. Okay, but let's not complain too much about this. Okay, can I put this bar away? All right, so that will be the pattern of how it looks like with number 4. Okay, press S to set a key, press S to set a key for that, and let's make it about a straight leg, but not completely straight. Okay, there you go. So this we will have to probably memorize this or copy later. 02. All right, so this should be good. And whenever it comes to number 19, number 19 is the same position, same height of number 7. So let's just key in negative 0.02, and one of the legs should be straight. Oh, that's bad. What is going on with this? We're creating aliens. Sorry for that. Okay, but easy fix. So this should be 0. We shouldn't have any rotations of axis at all. All right, we can just click S. So this is the thing. Sometimes, okay, first, like you're setting the first and the last, the middle, you should really press S to set a key. But in fact, even in others, you should press S to set a key. Okay, for this rig, for this animation. Okay, but it does not apply to the rest of the parts whenever it comes to details. Okay, if you're watching my, you know, walk cycle with the Bonnie, like full character, and with the female version of the character, you know what I'm talking. Okay, you can look at the video right up here. All right, so here's how it looks like. Okay, and number 19. So which is leg? It's got to be straightened up. It's the left leg. So for the left leg, you shouldn't have a foot brake or any values at all. Okay, but for the other legs, yes, we should. Nope, we should lift it up, lift it back, rotate, and do a number 4 thing. Okay, all right, and foot brake, it's off the limits. All right, it should be 0. So look into right view, So this is like how it looks like. The other leg is kind of touching it. So the other leg, it's kind of touching it. Okay, so it's about the same. Should be good. So make sure, press S to set a key, press S to set a key for number 7 and number 19 for all the pods. Alright, same goes with that, same goes with this. Pop up. Alright, cool. So next, let's look into the next picture. It should be down and the ups. So down means the body goes down, and it also means that it is the lowest position throughout the whole cycle, and it is the same with number 16. So let's do it. Okay, whenever it goes down, the foot will lay flat on the ground, and this leg is about to take off the ground. Okay, so number 4. So you shouldn't go up. Let's go down for that. Boop. Okay, and then foot row. Let's put it to 0. Press S to set a key for that, and then the down, let's put it to negative 0.4. Let's do the same thing at number 16, negative 0.4, and this one should be put to 0 for that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so I do not want to change any of, okay, I think this is a mistake again. So at number 13, you shouldn't have any of this, and then you shouldn't have any of that. Okay, make sure S is being set. So I have a habit of like keep clicking S for a few times. Make sure you save it there. You key everything else. All right, you just hate that like you did a mistake on your own. Okay, that's a walk cycle. 0, 1. Okay, so let's play and have a look. So he's looking sweet now. Oh no, it's it. Okay, it's looking sweet now. All right, so you can see the way like he walks, and it looks really nice and smooth. Okay, so how about adding more characteristics to it? Okay, so before that, we still have an up to go. Like even without the ups, it's already starting to look quite nice. Okay, so how's the up looking? So in the ups, the body is being lifted up. Okay, and then it's also in the highest position of the whole cycle. So you can see that it goes like way past half of it, half of the head. And let's do this. So number 10. With the highest position until it gets straightened up, like stretching full length. And let's put more of these. So this time we do it 25, and then we lift it slightly higher, but do not go for maximum. No. Okay, and again press S to set a key for that. Press S to set a key for everything. And how does that thing looking? Okay, so it's facing down. Yep, it's facing down. Okay, so I don't have to change anything, unless maybe let's make a perfect H. So you can see that if you look at the picture, it's kind of not really a perfect H. Okay, maybe something like this should be good. Okay, somewhere close to this point, like this point in the middle. So whenever you leave this leg up like higher, it gives you more impact, like he's more energetic. It's more energetic. Sorry, I'm just gonna call him he. Okay, I'm getting used to it. Alright, yeah, it looks more energetic. Whenever you lift it up, whenever you kind of laid it low, it makes it more normal. Okay, so since we want to make this character a little bit more cute, so it should be higher. Alright. So let's do the same thing for the other one. So this is 0.006, and at the next 22, the next height up should be 0.006 for that. Okay, and then the value of these two should be 25. Press S to set a key for the whole thing. Press S to set a key for the body, and that should be here. Okay, energetic look, close to the middle point of that. Press S to set a key and make sure it is the same as both. Okay, this leg should be slightly behind. Okay, it's about the same. I think we're cool on that. Okay, let's play. Pop. Okay, looking sweet. All right, so next will be on the characteristics. How do we shape him to be, you know, like more interesting? So firstly, we're going to start with the bodies. Okay, the bodies like have existing up down keys for that, but the translate X and translate Y, translate Z doesn't do anything at all. Okay, it will be just flat. Let me show you. So if you go to Windows, go to Animation Editors and Graph Editor, you could see that, okay, we have translate up down. Okay, there are values changes, and translate Z flat, translate X flat, rotate X Y Z, it's also flat. Okay. So right now we're gonna break those channels. Okay, what do I mean by breaking channels? So that we can delete the keys for all the rest of the channels. Okay, we call this a channel, and then this translate Y remains because we're gonna put a different value, probably at a different time, according to how human works. Okay, so let's right click and break channels for all this. Break connections. All right. And why am I still seeing keys? Okay, there's this thing. You have to turn it on. So you have to go to here, right click, display key ticks from channel box chooses that. Okay, so whenever you select the channel, it shows the keys. If you select the other channels that doesn't have key, it won't show a key. Okay, so what do we gotta do about this? So you can see that whenever both legs are standing on the ground, it looks stable. Okay, so whenever the leg hits one side up like that, you feels unstable. Okay, so whenever you feels unstable, your body tends to move the weight. The weight is here. Usually it's on the hips to this side. Okay, so that you feels more stable with the weight is here. So let's give it a value of maybe 0.3. Okay, right click set key for that, key selected, and of course at first it should be 0. Okay, and then go to 25, it should be 0, and number 13 it should be 0 as well. So it goes like pop, and number 19 negative 0.3. So it goes like pop, pop. Okay. Weight to the left, weight to the right, weight to the left, weight to the right. Okay. Okay, so next we're gonna start looking into this, you know, translate Z. Nope, we don't have to change that. All right, so you won't walk like going front suddenly, going back suddenly, going front. Okay, so next we're gonna work on this. You know, this is where you rotate the butts, the hips. Okay, which favor to which directions. So that is rotate Y. So at first we're gonna rotate this to here. Okay, we rotate to there. All right, because this just like its front. Okay, so let's set a key for that, and because the first and the last is the same, so we're gonna set a key for that as well. And whenever it goes to the other directions, so we're gonna set this to negative 15. Okay, and again, it should be auto key, all right, because we have the auto key turned on. But just that, you know, like keeps it a habit, like just right click and set key for the sake of I'm not making that mistakes again. Okay, all right. So goes left, goes right. But other than that, we also need to look into, you know, this, okay, rotating the butts up and down, which is rotate Okay, you see that if I rotate this, I sort of think I'm rotating Z direction because blue, it's what it meant for Z. All right, so if you look at here at the bottom, okay, let me just magnify for you guys to have a closer look. So seeing that blue, it's a Z. But whenever I rotate from this blue color, you see everything changes. So it messed up the whole thing. Okay, so whenever this happens, you know, we're just gonna go here and rotate from here. You can see that it kind of like does the same rotation, but it doesn't mess up the whole thing. Okay, and let me try something else. If I choose this to object, it does the same. Okay, so no difference. Back to wall. And by the way, what I'm doing is holding down E key, left click, and choose. Sometimes it works. Okay, so wall or object. So, but we'll just remain it wall, and we'll rotate it from here. Okay, so how does the rotation works? So firstly, because both legs are standing on the ground, like one is the front, one is the back, so it should be 0. Okay, without bias to any directions. 0 and 13, because both legs are on the ground, it should be 0 as well. And whenever, you know, like going like that, pushes the legs up, okay, which ends up, okay, because you're pushing down and you're pushing the bodies up, it will affect your bone like this direction. Okay, so maybe I wanted to do like 10. Okay, so 10 for that. But you have to check in further. Does the leg leave the ground? Yes, it does leave the ground. Okay, so it's either you're pushing too much, or maybe you might want to tweak these values. Okay, so number 10 should be the height. Okay, the ups. All right, and at number 10, so number 9 should be deleted. So how do I delete the key? So go to here, shift middle click and highlight it, and right click and delete. Boom, it's gone. Okay, so let's see if this is enough. I think definitely this is enough. Okay, but just that we need to get this on a higher value, so maybe about 30. Right, about, how about more? So you can see that this is too much, right? This is too much. So you can see that we try to kind of rotate it, but it seems like it's to the limits already. Okay, so probably we put it at 30, and we have to drop this down. Okay, so drop this down a bit till where it touches the ground again, which is negative 0.06. All right, we're gonna do the same thing for this. 22, negative 0.06. Okay, and have to key in that rotations again. All right, just now we have that rotate Z. On number 10, it's 10. So whenever we got back to here, it's negative 10. Sorry, it should be rotate Z. Negative 10. Sorry for the throat. It should be 30. All right, let's see what we got here. Pop, pop. Okay, it's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so we're having him like kind of happy, rotate left and rotate right, try to balance himself like with the weight, you know, weight shifting we call it. Okay, so other than that, rotate left and right with with blue color. Next we have to work on the rotate X. So it's like a person like going down, up, down, up, down, up like this. Okay, so at first this was, you know, stable, so both legs are balanced. So it should be 0. Okay. So right now you can see that the values that we're keying in on certain channels is not the same. The certain channels we need less keys, certain channels we need more keys. Okay, so that is why we are separating them. If we're not breaking them, if we're not turning this display key ticks from channel box on, it's gonna be really messy. Okay, gonna mix up. So go to here and so down, it goes down. Simple as that. All right, but we shouldn't be rotating from here. See, like it messed up with our values. So instead we'll rotate, click and rotate from here. So maybe just give it about like -15. Okay. In number 10, it should be +10. Again, it winds up to the limits. Okay. So I guess we have to work around that the whole bar level of all the keys, okay, in the graph editor, and bring it down a little bit. Okay, but we'll just key in first. Okay, so -15, +10. So again, -15 and 22, +10. All right, so let's go back to graph editor, Windows, animation, graph editor, and look for translate Y. So we're just gonna drop this whole thing a little bit, or probably just the high values, and see whether we're doing good or not. Select all. Okay, all the top 4 points, click on the move tool, W, shift key, hold middle mouse key, and drag it down just a bit. Okay, right where it is touching the ground and it bends a little bit. Okay, click Ctrl S to save the file. Always save the file. All right, it will save your date, trust me. Okay, so we're having this pop, 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 pop. Okay, all right, seems good. So next, let's add a bit of, the most interesting part, which is the squash and the stretch. All right. Okay, oops. Well, let's put it back to 0 first. All right, for this one, we can turn it back on, like display key ticks, back to active. Press S to set a key for default. Press S to set a key for that. Press S to set a key for 13, which is the first, last, the middle. Okay, they're in the normal state, which is the thing we call it, like the contact point. Okay, next we set the downs. At the downs, we set the ups at the ups. Okay, let's see what happened. Down, goes down. Okay, I'm just gonna set it to maximum, and we can always tone it down after that. Okay, same goes down. So number 10 goes up. Number 22 goes up, just like that. Okay, let's see what happened. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so in this look of that animation, you might feel like, wow, it seems not natural enough. So everything is moving on the same time. Okay, so whenever he reaches the down part, the body goes down. Okay, and then the body rotates down, and it squashes down. Okay, sometimes things comes after. Okay, so we need some overlapping animation principles applied to this. All right, and next I'm going to tell you how to do it. Okay, so first thing, we need to identify which is the point, which is the part that we need to delay, which is what I mean, like overlapping. Okay, actions. So definitely that's the one. Okay, and also the rotation part of that. Okay, that rotate, Z, rotate Z, so we can kind of write it down. Okay, squash and rotate Z for body. Okay, what else? So how about the rotate X? Okay, so I think rotate X is in the list as well. Okay, right, save it. Okay, so let's look into it. All right, go to Windows, go to Animation Graph Editor. So before we kind of delay the animation, there's a few things that we have to turn on and apply. So firstly, we need to go to View and turn on Infinity Curve. Okay, so you can look at the curve that goes infinity. And next, we have to go to here, Curves, and choose Pre-Infinity Cycle and Post-Infinity Cycle. Right, so right now you can see that it extends further from this frame 25. So which means like if I have more frames, that it will continue to play along. Okay, but the point what I wanted to show you guys is because whenever we move the whole keyframe set away, if the infinity of those two it's not turned on, it's gonna break the cycles. Okay, the cycle is not gonna work anymore. So that's why we have to extend all these keys. All right, so to have an infinity turn on, so that whenever we delay the animation, it will still works fine. Okay, and there are a few things that I want to talk about later on in this curve. So yeah, in a while. Okay, so firstly, we're gonna be looking into this. All right, and go back to here. So you can see that this curve is kind of looking, you know, like weird. Like right here, things are not looking good. So let's fix this. Okay, it should be a continual, like smooth flow curve. All right, throughout the whole thing. If your curve isn't making a good appeal in this, like it goes like cramped together, like with tiny little snakes. So you can select all the points and click F. Okay, F means focus. All right, we focus the whole curve into the screen. So select the handles, click W, middle click and drag it down. Select this point, select the curve, select the handle and move it up so that we have a nice continuity among the curves. Okay, select the whole thing. Okay, click W, hold Shift key, middle click, hold it and drag. Okay, so I'm dragging 2 frames after. All right, let's have a look at that. Play. Okay, 2 frames seems fine. So let's try with 3 frames. Okay, we'd like to see how 3 frames are working. So again, hold Shift key, W, click selected, middle click and drag 1 frame behind. And let's see what happens. Okay, I think the downs we have to improve. Like the downs doesn't make any strong impact on that, which 3 frames doesn't work that well. Okay, 2 frames will be better. So let's bring it back to 2 frames by clicking Ctrl Z. Okay, so 2 frames for that. So next in our list will be rotate Z and rotate X. So let's go to here, rotate Z, rotate Z. All right, rotate Z here. Okay, this is looking bad. Okay, so I'll select the handle and move it up. And select the handle again and move it down. Okay, so we have a smooth curve. And this, let's make a smoother transition. Okay. Right, we have a straight line here. Okay, so that's good. And rotate Z, rotate X. So let's fix this first. Okay, let's select all the points, click F. Sorry, select all the points, click F. Okay, so I'm gonna select both of the curves and move together. So that is why I need to fix this one first. Okay, select these 2. Select both. Click W, hold Shift key, hold middle click and drag 1, 2. Okay, that's it. And let's see how it affects this. Okay, I think that looks better. Right, with the bit of delay overlapping, it definitely feels more natural. Okay, and let's go back to here. Translate X, translate Y. So basically we have to look into this. This is the thing I'm talking about. Like the curve doesn't smooth, so it will make things look or feel a little bit awkward, but you doesn't know where to fix it. So this is the right place that you should come into. Okay, that's the detail part. Okay, so click this and rotate. Rotate further. So the down should be much more lower to give a strong impact on that. Okay, let's play. Okay, let me push that even lower and see how it works. Okay, so you see a big difference, all right? So that is a fun part of the animation, like you can totally shape how you want him to be, okay? And what kind of characteristics that you want to put into this character. Okay, but there is another thing, okay? So for the downs, okay, imagine like if you have learned about, you know, like a bouncing ball before, you know, this bottom curve has to be sharpened, okay? So imagine like you're dropping a ball, okay? Whenever you drop the ball, it doesn't think like whenever it is about to reach the ground, it slows down. It won't slow down, okay? It will go straight and faster and faster before it hits the ground, okay? Because it is being driven by gravity, the natural forces, okay? And so we should somehow make this one sharper, okay? That it will make more impacts on the downs. So how do we do that? We have to break this, okay? So because if we rotate one part of this, you know, the other part is trying to balance. So we have to break it by clicking this button, break tangents, and let's break it and make it sharper, and let's make it sharper. Let's do this for the other side. Okay, breaking tangents, make it sharper, make it sharper. Okay, well, hopefully that looks better. This pop, 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 pop. Okay, you feel the bits. Okay, if you feel the bits are too strong, you can always reduce that. Okay, but I'll just keep that for now. Okay, so next I wanted to make, you know, like the feet to looks more natural, as in like, because normally people wouldn't stand straight like this unless you're marching. Okay, you know, like the feet has to be straight, but for a normal person, the feet should looks like that. Okay, all right, you stand it in the more natural poses, it should looks like this. Okay, so it gives you more life to it. All right, so that is rotate Y. Okay, for rotate Y, I'm just gonna break it, break connections, and let's give it a, you know, like negative for 20. Let's see how it fits. Okay, and at certain parts, I think we have to fix that rotation as well. Okay, so same thing for that. We're gonna, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong controller. Rotate, you know, rotate Y, break connections. It's going to be like this, negative 20. Sorry, it should be positive 20. Pop, pop. Okay, and I seriously think that we should start working on this. So let's move in front. So it should be something like that. All right. So for first frame, it needs to go here. Set S to click S to set a key. Okay, I think it worked well. Like negative 0.675. So this one should be positive 0.675. Okay, even though it doesn't show an impact, but As you scrub through the animation along, you should see. All right. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, cool. And another thing, we need to work on the rotations of the heel. Sorry, not the heel, the ankle. Whenever it goes here, you know, like this part is looking weird. So this part, we have to have a rotate Z. Okay, negative 24. All right, and same goes with that. But number 10, negative 24. Nope, positive 24. It's opposite. All right. So yay, that goes our little adventure. First, the next thing, like if you want to make the whole thing looks even smoother, you can play with the toe. Okay, let's play with the toe rail, and we need to, you know, like break connections, display from channel box. Okay, so a little more impact, we'll make it softer. Okay, press, don't press. Okay, right click to set a key for that. Don't press again, it will mix up all the stuff again. Okay, so whenever it goes down, it kind of goes down as well. Okay, or you can keep it and delay to here. Then you put it to 0. Let's see what is the impact of that. Okay. All right. 13 gets up. 13 should be still 0. Okay, about 19. You set it to something like this. Okay, key selected, even though the auto key is being set. Okay, there's the impact for that. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Okay, maybe more. Okay, negative 47. So let's do kind of the similar thing to another legs. So I think that foot toe row, let's break it. Set key for that. And 25, set key for that. So at number 7, 45, around there. Okay, and until number 19, then we put it to 0. So you have that kind of a feeling of smoothness. Okay, over the toe. Let's play. All right, you feel it softer on the toes, on the foot, the whole thing. Okay, so to make it more impact, I actually wanted to, you know, like kind of break the rules a little bit by bringing the bodies up even slightly higher. So even, you know, like lifting the legs up a bit, like off the ground, you know, that's breaking the law. But in order to kind of all right, it should be this. Okay, because number 10, it should always be the highest point on the ground. Kind of highest point of the whole cycle. Kind of that. Right. And let's tweak this a little bit. Okay, let's tweak this a little bit so that it goes with a smooth line. Nope. Light. How about a lot? Okay. So it feels a little bit jumpy. All right. And regarding this is 13. So 13 goes all the way down. So it's kind of a little bit off right now. You know, like the legs, like it's completely straight. So he's in a different, you know, like kind of a motif, like whenever he's moving in front. So let's try to fit this one slightly better. Display key takes active. This too. So about 30 should be good. So you can see that, like, even though at first we set those values, but from time to time after we kind of change it according to how we want to shape this character out. So changing it's necessary. Okay, so in animation you don't afraid of changing. All right, so you just have to keep working around, polish until the kind of the look you want from him. Okay, so there it goes, our cute little guy, like walking happily with a little bit of jumpiness in it. So maybe he's got a lottery. Okay, about 100,000. Okay, and no, let's not talk about lottery. Okay, so he just looks happy. All right, okay, and I hope you guys learned something today. And please leave the comments down below if you have any questions you would like to ask. And then if you like my videos and you would like more of these contents, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell button, ring it so that you won't miss any new contents. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Alright, so there's this extra things that I need to talk about. So if you play this again, you'll see that from side view it looks good, it looks fine, and from the front it might looks a little bit wobbly on the legs, you know, like a bit floaty. Okay, and if we go to here, like show and turn off nose curve, yeah, it just feels like a little bit jumpy. So I want to show you guys on how to fix that, so make it less jumpy. So the reason why it got so jumpy, it's because right here at number 7 it's completely straight. Okay, and that part it goes completely off the ground. Okay, but the leg is still showing this. So whenever you get up to this point, like where it looks like that, so you might need to get the toe down so that it feels like it is touching using the toe, like about 40 or probably like 35. Okay, and then let's go to 22. $35. All right, certainly it feels better. And let's probably tweak the curve a little bit more to see like if we can get this one even better. So for that, number 7, we probably bring it down a little. Okay, and when it goes to number 10, so let's bring it down just a little. You could see like it's the thing that because we don't really have a toe row, so that is why there's a bit of, you know, like problem with the rig. But we can compensate by moving the body into position to give you, you know, like illusion like it is touching the ground. Okay, so so that it won't feel so bad and wobbling around, like heavy wobbling. Okay, let's play again. Yeah, certainly it works better. Okay. Alright, there you go. Alright, again, thanks.